All right, here we go. 4th and 5. Welcome in. Viewer comments here on your Wednesday night. Time is 7 o'clock on the dot. Let's get into it. Y'all know how it works here on viewer comments. Any question you got, all you got to do is send it to the chat or call the fan line that is open right now. I'm DJ Williams. You see it right there. Call the fan line, 501-830-5255. Alex Shirley, congratulations on being the first one into the chat here tonight. I am surprised Razorback Pride's not the first one in it. Maybe he's a little bit busy. Going through some questions right now. First time to viewer comments. I always give it a couple minutes. Let people have the opportunity to hop in. Got Courts Yeti in the house saying, anybody see the New Boys episode? Yes, I have seen it, but we're not spoiling anything here on 4th and 5. Call me later. We got to talk about that. All right. Chris Caver. All right, they're starting to get into questions. Give me a second. I'll start answering those questions here in just a little bit. What I like to do as well when it comes to viewer comments, I'll throw the chat up on the screen so you can kind of see what's going on as far as the chat. This is from Facebook. It's from YouTube. It's going to be from Twitter, from all the different places. And once again, if you have a question and you want to talk about it, all you have to do is call the fan line, 501-830-5255. And I just always got to mention, I'm really bad about doing this as far as like reaching out and letting people know that we do have sponsorships available here on 4th and 5. If you would like to sponsor Wednesday night viewer comments, hit us up. All you have to do is email me at dj@4th-and-5ar.com. Let's talk about it. See if something makes sense for you and for us. And let's do this thing. All right, let's go ahead and get into some of these comments right now. Let me get back up here to the top. All right, here we go. Chris Caver, what's going on, man? Hopefully all is well. Also, let me know, too, baseball had a game at 4:30 today. Girlfriend just got back in town. I've been super busy getting the show ready for tomorrow morning. Did the Razorbacks win today? All right, let me know. They're playing down in Hoover, the SEC tournament for baseball. All right, Chris Caver, is tight end the position you always wanted to play, or did you want to play a different position? Great question. So I was defensive line starting up, but I always wanted to play offense. Now, you got to think, I really didn't want to play football until I even got to high school. I was soft. I was scared. I didn't want any of that smoke. All right. I just didn't. But I don't know what it hit me. First time I was out there, I started playing a little bit of the sport. I said, okay, this thing is for me. And then we made sure we made it work. And so I started playing football. I started off as defensive tackle at CAC. Even though in 9th grade, I was like running back and defensive tackle just because I was bigger than everyone else. But once I got to like senior varsity, when I played varsity, I was stuck on the D line. And then going into my going into my junior year, there was an injury during the summer to a guy named Blake Clayton. He played the Y position in a spread offense. So like the bigger receiver, we didn't have a traditional tight end at CAC, but that would have been the closest thing to it. He got hurt. Hey, DJ, can you fill in? Okay, DJ's not bad at this. Let's see what we can do. Started losing some weight, started playing the Y position. And I remember there was one guy who was Blake's backup. He was hurt too. He says, hey, I just, when Blake gets back, they're going to put you back on defense. You're not really a offensive guy. And I remember hearing that. And I'm like real chill. I didn't want to say, bro, get out my face. I just remember in the back of my mind saying, okay. But I knew that was the position for me. Really I was drawn to that side of the ball. Really like that tight end position. Now going to Arkansas, it was a little bit of a shift because at CAC, we never put our hand in the dirt like a traditional tight end. And they had me there to essentially do the same thing that Peyton Hillis did in that H-back role. That really wasn't my bread and butter. It really wasn't. And then Petrino came back to a traditional tight end, even though we had our hand in the dirt, a little bit more of a pass-catching guy. It worked out good for me. So to answer your question, I would say sure. All right, here we go. Landon Martin. I got a question popping up right now. He says, DJ, do you believe it's important for quarterbacks to lift weights? If so, what is the purpose? So they can make tackles after they throw an interception landed. Come on, man. No, it's important. Now, do they need to bench 400-something pounds? No. Do they need to be able to squat 600 pounds like Jalen Hurts over there? No. He was a power lifter in high school. But no, in that it's a I would say at that level, moving around the pocket, being able to shed would be people who can sack you in the backfield, keeping your balance. And they take hits. You got to think quarterbacks in the NFL. They may not get sacked a lot, but they're taking a hit. I would say on at least 50% of the plays as soon as the ball comes out. So the body needs to be in good shape, prepared for it. They don't need to be the weight room demons. All right. Here we go. Are you going to the first arena game? I heard the Arkansas Diamonds are back, formerly known as the Wise Guys in Hot Springs. If you haven't had a chance to go check them out, it's a really good time. I've been seeing stuff on social media. Alex, send me a schedule, would you? I need to get out there and see them. All right, another comment coming in. This is from Is this Moose? EKM1. All right, here we go. Pittman was a coach hired from the old way, excellent recruiter. Then COVID and NIL happened in the portal. Do you think the hire of Silverfield and Crowley, the general manager, was important? 100%. Do you think the hire of Silverfield I see what you're saying. No, I would say Silverfield is more important in that arena. I think general managers too. They're just counting numbers and trying to figure out outside of talent evaluation how much is someone's worth and do we have the budget for it. But as far as the recruiting aspect, that's going to be heavily more on Ryan Silverfield, no doubt about it. It's funny you talk about Pittman. Tomorrow morning on the morning huddle, we're actually going to talk about Coach Sam Pittman. It's going to be one of our topics of conversation tomorrow. Very curious to see what the guys are going to say. But I think I have a graphic pulled up for it right now. Curious about what y'all are going to say. This is a tease in tomorrow's morning show. Right now I got it pulled up. Signs that the end was near for Sam Pittman. All right. And so I'm going to set this up. I have about 5 different topics of when I thought it was the first initial sign that, we're in trouble at Arkansas. More so, Sam Pittman's in trouble. So, you got to think he came off of an awful year with Chad Morris, right? And he comes in here, wins 3 games, the first SEC game in a long time. And then he messes around, knocks out a 9-win season. Everything's going in the right direction, right? And then you start seeing a little bit of a downfall that following year. And then that's when it kind of gets into mode. Is there a moment that you can go back to specifically pinpoint, that's our first sign of trouble under Coach Sam Pittman? We're going to be talking about that on the morning show. I'm just curious about your comments here tonight. All right, let's keep this thing going. Landon Martin once again says, DJ, everyone knows and talks about Coach Petrino being hard on his players and chewing them out. Were there ever any moments where he was happy during a locker room celebration or joking around? I remember the first time Coach Petrino told a joke, and it was right after practice. We're all circled up, and he said, I can't remember exactly what he said, but I just remember there being an awkward silence. And he had to say, guys, relax. It's a joke. And then we were like, like we were still like hesitant because we never heard it before. No, I don't remember seeing him be too happy-go-lucky all the time. I think he was just always dialed in, locked in. Even after we won, it was a focus in, let's go win another one. It was always, he was locked in, and it worked well for him there at Arkansas. I would have to really think hard of moments where I've actually seen him just being overwhelmed with joy. It really looked like he enjoyed cussing referees out. Maybe that's how he got his joy. I don't know. All right. Let's keep this thing going. More comments coming in. Lusky says, game is on. Hogs are up 8-4. Thank you. Dang. First pitch was at 4:30. Is that normal? 5, 6. Long game. All right. Still playing. My mom's in the house. Hey, Mom. How are you doing? Thanks, Alex, for sending me that schedule on Facebook. Muskie says, what is your favorite? Which is your favorite, Grant or Josh? If you can't choose, then do you prefer people named Grant or people named Josh? I'll drop a like on YouTube either way. Wow. Who is this? Do I know you? Do I know who this is? I think it depends on the situation because they both got their strengths and their weaknesses. All right. If I needed somebody dependable, Grant, 100%. I even think Josh knows. You got to think, me and Josh go back to high school. And Josh learned real quick, especially when we got to college, if we needed to go somewhere and we had a set time to be somewhere, I learned real quick that I got two options. Wait on Josh and be late, even though I gave him plenty of a heads up that when we needed to be somewhere, or just leave him and be there on time. And I think Josh now knows when I say, hey, we're leaving at this time, instead of asking me to wait, he will just say, you know what, I'll meet you there, because I left him a few times. And so that aspect, yeah, Grant wins in that world. Josh is my boy. I mean, they're both my boys. Which one do I prefer more? I mean, I got a longer history with Josh. Very unique history. And with Grant, that's tough, man. That really is split down the middle. And y'all know me, I'm not one to sugarcoat anything. I'll call a spade a spade. Whenever I get hitched, they'll both be in my wedding. How about that? I guess the question is, who is the best man? It'll be Josh. Josh will be the best man. I think everybody knows that. All right, let's get into it. Here we go. Chris Caver questioning. I was questioning some of Pittman's decision, even in the 9-4 year. That's what I'm going to try to get at tomorrow. So, like I said, I got a few of these topics pulled up. I remember one of the first signs of trouble for me is when the portal and stuff first became a thing. Y'all remember this? And Pittman came out and said, because we all thought it was like, yeah. But he says, if a player from our team hops in the portal, they can't come back. And that was a little indication where I was just like, I get it, coach. And I feel you. And I want to be the same way. That is refusing to adjust to the landscape of college football. And even though it goes against your core beliefs, even though you think this is the way it should be, it doesn't accept that it is what it is. And you rather adjust or get left behind. All right. So that was a first sign of me thinking we may get behind the 8 ball on this, because we think that it's going to go back to the way that it was instead of advancing and moving forward. And in Pittman's defense, I would probably want to think the same thing. You know, I hate the fact that you would have guys on your team want to hop in the portal, put their toe in the water, see what's out there, and then potentially ask to come back. I mean, if you're on the team before and you say you're committed and you're all in, the blood, sweat, and tears, this is a brotherhood, this is a team, and then you're going to go see what else is out there and then still want me to keep the door open, I get it. It's just a weird landscape nowadays in college football, and it was tough to adjust to it at first, okay? Here we go. This is from Lance. When he started limping around, no, he just had he had a hip replacement, didn't he? Or a knee replacement. He says, that's when I felt he let go of the rope, let the rope go. A sign to me was when he was at the podium after the Texas A&M game, and he was confused why Buddy from Texas A&M was trying to score on him. Backtrack my memory. You bring that up, and I vaguely remember this. Can you give me some more details on that? I think I know what you're talking about. And I think I remember at that time saying, what the hell is happening right now? Anyway, here we go. Landon says, DJ, I'm 26-year-old. Do you think we will win a football national championship in my lifetime, assuming I make it to my 70s? To your 70s? What kind of lifestyle do you live, Landon? 70s is a walk in the park nowadays, right? Hopefully you make it. To answer your question, I don't know. Nigel says, Pomfret lunchroom versus the quad. Now, my experience, quads hands down. All right. The reason I say that is because my freshman year, I think, was the first or second year that the quads were up and running. And they had this station where they had like a walk and you could throw whatever was in there. And I don't know if they had that at Pomfret at the time. All right. But they for sure had it over there at the quad. That's when the quads, I just now recently found out that they have names now. When I was there, it was quad A, B, C, and D. Igor says, all I hear is Grant. No Josh? You don't hear no Josh? Yeah. Grant will be on time, man. Grant will be on time. That's for sure. What's up, Ig? First of all, congratulations, Igor. One of my best friends from middle school. When did we start at Dunbar? 6th grade? Yeah, from 6th grade on. His baby girl just graduated high school. Let's see, Igor, getting him off and to college, doing it the right way. All right, we got Nicholas in here that says, I didn't know what to do after losing to Mississippi State. I don't know what to. Oh, yeah. When Coach Pittman says, I don't know what. Oh, that was a bad look. Was that Mississippi State? I need to start taking notes because, and this is not trying to bash Coach Pittman. I'm just trying to somewhat get like a predictability meter going on because, as Coach Silverfield gets into his first year, second year, third year, I think for most coaches, there's things where you have to stay on top of and always have an answer for and always be ready for a certain situation or circumstance. And if you're not able to adjust or you're not, always ready to have an answer to any type of question or solution, it's usually a sign that like, we're in trouble. So I'm just trying to see if there's things that we've seen from coaches we've had in the past where we saw something early that we felt that's the first domino to fall. They better pick this back up or it's just going to keep on stacking up on each other. And I think the biggest domino for Pittman, and this may sound like an excuse for Pittman, is like somebody said earlier, he was just an old school coach in a new era of college football. And what he believed and what worked for him for all those years, which worked for Arkansas when he got them to 9-4, no longer was going to work with the way things are now. All right. So I think that's the biggest thing. But you can also point out, what's up, bro? A few other things as well. Yeah. Nick's in the house. What's up, bro? All right. Let's keep this going. More signs of when you think it was the first indication that Pittman was going downhill as far as the program. Chris Caver says 2021, we went 9-4, but lost to a bad 6-7 Auburn team by multiple scores at home. That was one of the early red flags on Pittman. Now, that's tough that year, Chris. I'm going to be honest with you because beating Texas that year, A&M that year, who else did we beat? We beat every Texas team that we played. What do I feel like I'm missing one. I don't know. Maybe it was Rice or something. That was a special year, competitive in a lot of games. I'm kind of, maybe I put that Auburn one behind me, but I thought that was the one when we were starting to move in the right direction. Coming off a season before where you just had 3 wins, it looked like we were stacking up. And then I think he lost control of players getting lost in this money in NIL, specifically KJ Jefferson. That's going to be another thing I talk about as well. I think his relationship with the players were a little too much. And I think the plug should have been pulled on KJ a lot sooner, even if it was a reality check for KJ to say, hey, I know you got all this money now and you're walking around in nice suits and you got the Louis bags and, we're getting I shouldn't say that. We're getting our butt beat by Auburn and you're on the field at the end of the game smiling and laughing, dapping it up with all these coaches. What are we doing? I hated that. And then he played the next game and started the next game. I think his relationship sometimes got in the way of his judgment when it comes to some of the players that he was with. All right, let's keep this thing going. Another one coming in. Nigel says, after the A&M game, I think a reporter asked him how he felt about Jimbo trying to score. And Pitt said, I thought we were friends, the KJ game. I thought we were friends. What? I need that clip. Nigel, my email, you see it right there on my little tag right here. It's dj@4th-and-5ar.com. If you can find a clip of that, please send that to my email. The KJ game, is that when when KJ tried to jump from like the 15-yard line and then we ended up fumbling? And then I remember me sitting here like, oh man, we fumbled. Oh man, they got the ball. I was like, oh, okay, good. We got the tackle. Did he literally just lateral it? Wait a minute. How are they scoring a touchdown? I mean, have you ever seen a game change that quickly? It's awful, man. Auburn this past year throwing 3 picks and having 4 turnovers back to back will change a game pretty quick. Yeah. It's been a rough time to be a Razorback fan. Here we go. This is from Chris Caver. It says in 2021, we played against UAPB, and rather than play the backup quarterbacks that shorten the game to get out of there, I said, need to prep QBs. Next year, KJ got hurt. and we had no viable backup. Yes, do you remember all that? I think Jacoby Criswell maybe tried to come in and do a little something like that. Definitely missed the opportunity to get more playing time out there, but still, didn't you say that was game was that the one when we won 70? No, that was Taylor's year where we won 70-0. He says, I don't know why he kept trying to score. Okay. Here we go. This is from Landon. Once again, Landon says, DJ, Coach Silverfield is a bit coach speaky. Do you prefer a coach speak guy or someone like Mike Gundy? It depends on the results. You can be coach speaky all you want. And if you win, I'm going to like it. You can be like Gundy all you want. And if you win, I'm going to like it. As soon as people start losing, people think they'll pick apart whatever it is. You know who's a coach speaker, in my opinion, when it comes to trust the process. It's all about the players. And there was an element where Saban had a little bit with a lot of these key phrases and stuff. Now, if he was saying trust the process and they kept losing every year, people would say it's about time to maybe not trust that process, but when you win, it sticks. Now you got a lot of people saying trust the progress or process. And you remember back in the day when they used to say the Patriot way, it's not really a thing anymore. Here we go. Another one from Martin in the house says, DJ, I know hindsight 2020. However, do you think that U of A did the right thing firing Petrino? A lot worse scandals have been revealed since. Yeah, they did. And the only reason I say that is not necessarily because of the infidelity part. It was just so more of that's where hiding made it worse. It was a bad look. Lying about it made it worse. Getting police officers to help cover up a situation made it worse. Giving lady at hand a faster track to the top instead of going through the actual process of hiring someone, that made it worse. Allegedly giving money to this person out of the football department, that made it worse. There were so many other things besides just the bad decision. Okay, so I think when all that stuff started adding up, if you're Jeff Long, it's almost like Coach Petrino gave him no choice. It is what it is. I hate it, but I understand why Jeff Long had to do what he did. And I think Coach Petrino understands that too. Dennis Mitchell is in the house. Dang, I missed the notification. Dennis, don't forget Friday, your name is in the hat for a drawing to win our 4th and 5 merch come the end of the week. Here we go. Darky, the Ultimate God. What is that name? Darky, the Ultimate God. What's up? It's a very interesting name. Thinking a lot of things when I hear that. You do you. Here we go. Chris Caver says, it wasn't that we lost. We just didn't show up at all against Auburn in 2021. Not something that could have happened under Coach Petrino and Coach Nutt. Okay, in the heydays. I agree. The games you're supposed to win and win handily, you have to do it. I agree with that. That killer mentality, I think that's built throughout every day in practice and off season. And you don't want a team that you hope flips on the switch before the game. You need a team that switch is always on. Feel you on that one. More of the morning show tomorrow. So once again, from 6 to 7 a.m., we really have a fun time on our show, all right? So encourage y'all, if y'all are interested in it. You got nothing going on in the morning, be a part of the morning show. You got chances to win prizes and all that stuff. But we got some good conversation set up tomorrow. So the sneak peek in tomorrow's show. What do I have? I got a little in case you missed it. Oh, yeah. Did y'all see this? I'm going to ask the guys about this. Aaron Rodgers comes out and says, it's my last one, fellas. Let's make it a good one. We're going to get into the details of why he said that he decided to come back for this last ride. Aaron Rodgers, one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. It is what, I mean, if you don't agree, then you don't know ball, in my opinion. It's about to have his last year of playing football. We're also going to talk about the 2027 mock draft. The list is already out. Yes, Arch Manning is sitting atop of that. But is there a Razorback potentially in there? Got to tune in and talk about that one. All right. So once again, a few things we're going to talk about. We already brought up the Coach Sam Pittman Whoa, where's my camera at? There we go. We already talked about Coach Sam Pittman, the signs, and we're going to decide. I'm going to give them all these different scenarios. Was it a big deal, not a big deal, or a real problem? So we'll get into that. Also, too, I need some insight on this. I got a phone call today from the university letting me know that season tickets were available. And they asked me, DJ, would you like the upper or lower bowl? I said, hold on now. Let me look at these prices. All right, so we're going to talk about season tickets now available. I did a deep dive into all the prices and people who I was unaware. Did I spell available right? Available. That looks wrong. I think I spelled available wrong. Somebody let me know so I can fix that. Hey, I ain't got no shame in my game. I got a lot of work to do in that world. But as I was looking at these prices and stuff, they weren't that bad. It was just what it was going to take to be able to get season tickets. And I was just like, yeah, that's steep. We're going to have a conversation about that tomorrow. I'm pretty sure I spelled that wrong. Did I spell that wrong? That's going to bug me. Hold on. I got to figure it out. I got it right. Yeah, we're good. We're good. Sorry. Just looked weird. Chris Caver, what you got? Is Lord of the Rings your favorite franchise? I mean, it's tough, man. What beats it? I think you start at Lord of the Rings and work your way down. You start at Lord of the Rings. Thanks, Nick. I got my producer in the house letting me know I'm good on my spell check. God. Nick, I may have to put you on the payroll just to check all my graphics before I put them up the next day. I know spelling is not my strong suit. We'll talk about it. Tell me what you charge. Favorite franchise, Lord of the Rings. Ooh. All right, give me some options. Give me some options to pick from. All right, if we're gonna do this, then let's do it. Underworld versus Blade. Nigel coming from the top rope. Nigel, I don't know who you are, but I think we became best friends. I get down with both of them. God, this may not be popular. Blade, the character himself, I like better, but as far as the series and franchise, I'm going Underworld. I mean, Celine, I think that was her name. Why is your head wet? Hold on a second. What'd you say? Oh, okay. Shade's head is over here soaked. My girlfriend said he tried to get in the shower with you. Dang, Shade. Yeah, Underworld versus Blade. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. I'm a Marvel guy. Somebody said Marvel or DC. Darky wants to know when I was born. 1988. Here we go. The first Lord of the Rings and the first Avatar were groundbreaking movies. Must see. I agree. Now, if I had to pick between the two, I'm taking Lord of the Rings, but I'm not sleeping on Avatar because that's fire as well. Fire and Ash, good one. I like that they're like 4 hours long. Here we go. Nick says, come on, you know your favorite series is The Dark Knight. I mean, The Dark Knight, in my opinion, is so far ahead of the other two in the series. I feel like Lord of the Rings, all of them hit. All of them. I mean, yeah, I liked them all. And I'm not even sure which one I like better. I don't know if I like the scene where in Helm's Deep in the Two Towers better than the last ride of the Rohirrim when they show up at Minas Tirith, whatever, however you pronounce it. And they have that I don't know which one I like better. Easy. Deadpool, the best movie franchise. Stop it. Lance, this is a good one. The Matrix or Batman? You talking about the Christopher Nolan trilogy Batman versus the Matrix trilogy? I'm gonna have to go Matrix, and that hurts me because I'm a big Batman fan. Big Batman fan. Nigel says, I talked to you in person a few times, bro. I met you at the Hill Grill. freshman year. Hey, I mean, the Hill Grill, that wasn't even there my freshman year. So are you a year younger than me? Because the Hill Grill popped open when they opened up Maple Hill. And that was being built my freshman year. Dang, that brings back memories right there. All right, here we go. Your gamer tag has to do. I get it. I'm a big Batman guy. But if you're going to put those two up against each other, Batman or the Matrix, it's tough. Mad Max or John Wick? I'm going to go with John Wick. And no disrespect to Mad Max, but there's something about Baba Yaga. And then they killed this dog. All right. Spoiler alert if you haven't seen it. Big dog guy. I don't know if Max would have been too caught up if his dog got put in a bad situation. Thank you, Nigel, for the email I just got of Sam Pittman reacting. I appreciate that. I may put that in the show tomorrow. Disney or Pixar? Oh! This is tough, man. Starting off, it would have been Disney, no question, but Pixar has come up with some bangers. All right. Like the respect side of me is wanting to say Disney, but Pixar, oh man, they got some great ones, man. That's tough too. What happened? What am I missing? Of course. Sorry, got distracted. Yeah, they killed his dog in the originals. Dang. Maple Hill East representing. Hogs beat Tennessee 8-4. Baseball update. Thank you, Lance, for giving us an update on the baseball game. All right, so Nick is in here, and so Nick, it was my comment coming up. Does my profile picture look weird? I can't really see it. It's too small from my screen over here. Nick wants to know what's the best movie score. Ooh, the best movie score. Ooh, this will be fun. Give me a second. Nick's big movie score guy. So am I. Because you got iconic songs. But like some of these movie scores, they only have like one or two that really hit, like Interstellar, right? The cornfield chase and The Time. They're essentially like the same song. Like, you know, the scene where he's docking. First of all, one of the best scenes of all time. But like that's one song, you know. When you go to Inception, Time, another one, you know. But I'm just trying to, and both of those are Hans Zimmer. Pirates of the Caribbean's pretty fire. Trying to think original scores for a whole movie. Ooh, man. I mean, I'm so biased Hans Zimmer. I feel like I'm going to land on a Hans Zimmer movie. That's hard to pick. Oh, now when you throw Disney into the category, I think the best score for a Disney movie, Nigel says Aladdin. See, Guardians of the Galaxy, those aren't original songs for the movie. You know, those are popular songs that they throw on the soundtrack for the movie. I'm talking original score for the movie. But as far as Disney, I think Tarzan got it, y'all. Phil Collins and that Tarzan album, banger, right? Pretty special. Lion King's up there too. I get it. But something about that that Tarzan Phil Collins hits different for me. Titanic. I mean, you only think about one song from Titanic, and it's Celine Dion's. So that's what I'm saying. If it's just one song or collectively the whole movie, I don't know. Any score set to Thunderstruck, any scene that is set to Thunderstruck is what Dennis is saying. All right, y'all. Let me I think I actually have some movie scores lined up in here. We're going to see if y'all watch the Tarzan is goated. Thanks, Nigel. Mulan is a good one too, but she only has like 1 or 2 songs. Let's get down to business. And who's that? No, is that Girl I See Standing Right Back at Me? Reflection or something like that. That's a good one too. We did movie scores the other day. We do them every Friday. So if y'all want to wake up on a Friday and hang out with us, this was one of the questions we had. So they have to guess this movie score. Who knows what this one is? I need you to describe the scene in the movie and when this score came up. Oh, yeah. It's not Gladiator. So good. I'm waiting for the first comment to tell me what this movie score is. So. Yes. Come on. There it is. I see you, Lance. Lord of the Rings in the house. This is when they hop on them horses and give all orcs all they could handle. Such a good scene. What a great speech from King Theoden, right? King Theoden crushed that scene. Oh, running down the line with all their swords out and he's hitting it. Oh, what are we doing? Come on. My daughter was infatuated with Frozen. The soundtrack was pretty good. That's a good original one as well. Who can name this soundtrack? Talk about Pixar. Should be able to pick this up pretty quick. See who's the first in the chat to this. That's a good one. Nice. Yes. Come on. I'm waiting on it. Somebody saying Toy Story. Nope, you're close. It is a Pixar film. What's that Hercules song? Up is correct. Nice, Nick. Nice. All right. So far, so good. All right, Nick, I got one more for you. You just beat Nigel in that one. Will you be able to get this one? Very curious. Dum, dum, dum. It was Up, by the way. What movie is this from? I'll be impressed if you get this one. Drawing a blank. I'll give it a little bit more. Nigel, nice. It is Saw. Do you want to play a game? Very nice, very nice. Trying to. We'll see how long I can do this before I get booted for playing copyrighted music. All right. What's that Hercules song? I can't remember. God, it's the real good one. The main one. If I could spell Hercules. There we are. That'll work. Oh yeah. Can I play this? This is a good one. Hercules, good soundtrack, y'all. See if we can come up collectively with the best Disney/Pixar movie score. Name one better than this. I'm going to read the chat, and if I agree with you, I'll play it next. This is from Hercules. I have often dreamed. Go the Distance. Banger. Where a
great warm welcome.
Yes.
Will be waiting for me, where the crowds will cheer when they see my face.
Yes.
And a voice keeps saying, this is where I'm meant to be.
Bring it home.
I will find my way. I can go the distance. I'll be there someday.
Ooh.
If I can be strong.
Yes.
I know every mile will be worth my while.
This was
most anywhere
Alex's favorite song growing up. It's a good song. Good song. Great song. But is it better than, what's that Phil Collins Tarzan song? Crescendo is spine tingling. I love it, man. Here it is. This one right here. Oh, come on. Come on, Tarzan.
Come stop your crying, it will be all right.
I may go watch Tarzan tonight.
Just take my hand,
Just for the song.
hold it tight. I will protect you from all around.
Is Phil Collins one of the more talented musicians
Don't you
of all time?
for one so small,
Yeah.
you seem so strong. My arms will hold you, keep you safe.
I'm gonna get so many copyright strikes after tonight's episode. I hope all 14 of us are enjoying this right now. Here it goes.
'Cause you'll be in my heart.
Woo.
Yes, you'll be in my heart.
Son of a Man is better? Is that on Tarzan? Son of a Man. Phil Collins, Son of a Man. What is that? That is not better. Stop it, Nick. Stop it, Nick. I mean, it ain't bad, but it ain't better. You hear me playing Going the Distance from Hercules? Y'all take a look. Tarzan's a sad movie. Look, yeah, I'm supposed to be hanging out with my girlfriend. So my girlfriend's going on a trip. Driving 8 hours to the beach. Didn't even know she was driving. I thought she was flying this whole time. So look, Memorial Day weekend, boys. I'm free. All right. So I'm going back and forth if I'm going to do a show on Monday, because I know most people have off. So we may push the start time back later if we do it. I know Josh is going to be busy. He hasn't told me what he's doing yet, but I'm just going to assume he'll be busy. Even if he's not busy, I feel like he will be busy. Grant may be like, but he would do it. I just don't know if I want to put him in that situation. All right. So, all right, y'all, let's go ahead. Let it play. Oh, you want me to play that song out, Nick? You felt like I needed to let it breathe a little bit? It has to get me from the beginning. All right. It didn't get me from the beginning. I'm sorry, Nick. We're about to wrap this up. Appreciate y'all hanging out with me tonight. Don't forget, Wednesday nights, once again, doesn't matter if it's one person or 1,000. We're always going to kick it. We're always going to hang out, viewer comments. It'll be really fun once football season starts, because I'm sure there's going to be more than enough comments to get through. Okay. Congratulations, baseball team winning 8-4 over there in Hoover. We're going to see if they can get things up and rolling. Still waiting to see what happens on Monday. That's when it will be announced if Arkansas has the chance to host a regional. Nick doesn't think it's going to happen. Neither does Alyssa Orange. Just going to have to sit back and wait and find out and see what happens. Don't forget, tomorrow morning, 4th and 5, the morning huddle. It's going to be a great show. Get some good debate topics, and it's Thursday, which means it is Trivia Thursday. So we're playing trivia as well. And don't forget, on that one, you can enter the room code and you can play along against Grant and Josh. Y'all have a great one, great night. Hit the like button before you leave. Thanks, Dennis. Appreciate that. Hit that like button before you leave. And if you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button as well. Y'all have a great day. About to wrap this up. Great night, that is. I'm about to go watch me some Tarzan. I don't care what anybody says. Viewer comments. Appreciate y'all watching 4th and 5.